We got bananas in chat from Ty Myers Cool 123, Big Popper House, Spooky Dokie, H Stecky If, Camo J, Cap the Dragon Winnie T4, Tiny Small, Katam ATM, Glyphinx, and Dberg99. Trying to read some more here. Georgie Downer, Zodiac Siren, Manharo2, Electroshock, The Bryson C, and Smoke Dude 2000. Talbar says, what a great pre-stream song. The pre-stream song today was Tool with a name I'm not going to attempt to pronounce. It's from the new album. The new album is incredible. That I will say. Check stock at Emerald Shop, says Fippis Boy. That I can do. We've also had plenty of noises in the air, so let's head up top, head to the Emerald Shop, and then check a noise in the air. Whoa! Oh, jeez, no! Whoa, whoa, I got infinite flight. What was going on there? Is the server okay today? I do hope it's okay. We could start off by doing some junction work here in the Nether. I've been meaning to do this. So we've got a Cactus junction over here, and I'm actually going to make it so that this doesn't activate on both sides, which I thought was sort of a good idea. And then we should also add some stops at the end as well. Seemed like another good idea. Anyway. Let's get out and see what all the fuss is about. Whoo! Someone wanted the emeralds. Jeez, when am I going to farm these again? I mean, whew, yeesh. Yeesh. Let me take a note. Let me take a note. Got to take a note. Okay, we're going to head back towards our base so we can get some supplies. And I'm going to read some noises in the air. So we got Electroshock resubscribing for 23 months. Little Joe 27 for 17 months saying, "Heyo, can't stay to watch. Have a good day. Thank you so much for tuning in to resubscribe, dude. Have a great whatever it is you're up to." Winnie T Ford for 18 months saying, "A year and a half. It's been fun and the time is going by fast." That is what time unfortunately does, right? It just whizzes on by and you're like, whoa, where'd the time go? Jeez. We got I'm Infinity subscribing with Amazon Prime, and Dberg99 subscribing as well. Thank you to all you ever so much for your tremendous support. We have a sub bomb from Ponyhunter11876. If you hear your name being read out loud, you have been gifted a sub by Pony Hunter. Pony, can't thank you enough for supporting the community here. Do appreciate it. And did I just pick up some junk? I just picked up some junk. I threw this away the other day because I did not want dirt and seeds and stuff and things. Okay, there we go. Let's read these. Oh, they've moved again. They've moved. Axel Defends, CD317, Pickled Melons, TNT Shooter 1000, Essian Cristalli, Ghoster, Lady Kidder, Malsimic, Real Vahar, and Zolfaz. Feel free to throw Assume Love Hearts in chat. You now can do because you're a subscriber, thanks to Pony Hunter, who says you're welcome and glad to be a part with you guys. Thank you so much again, Pony. Do appreciate it. We also have Call Me Cynical subscribing with Amazon Prime. Canastus2 has subscribed. Pony Hunter's here doing the cheers, throwing those bits, saying thanks for another great stream. Looking forward to it. I mean, you say it's great. It could be terrible. We just don't know. From this point forward, everything could go wrong. Thank you so much as always. I hope you're entertained. It is truly appreciated, peeps. Your wonderful support. Finstar88 subscribed to Amazon Prime, and none other than Tree is here for 40 months saying, "Hope you're doing well. Love your new channel." Asuma says, "I'm glad you like the new channel. I'm digging it so far. I feel like it's off to a reasonable start, and well, I say reasonable, it's excellent. Can't complain, right? Be interesting to see where it goes. It's all just interesting at the moment, and yeah, thank you for letting me know you like it." Fluffleman has resubscribed for 3 months. I love that name, Fluffleman. Fluffleman, Fluffleman loves to fluffle whenever he can. Alright, let's put that on there. I would like to tell y'all about my day. Do you want to know about my day? IRS says, "Did you know Asuma Doom 64 is going to get a re-release?" I didn't know that, and I actually bought that game on eBay for a bit of money. I say a bit of money, it was like marked up from the original price. You know, it was something like 50 quid. And I could never get it to work on the Nintendo I got. I don't have the right cables to connect and all that kind of stuff. Let's think about what we need here for a moment. I'm going to need hoppers. I'm going to need dispensers. We won't need redstone. We may need the wood that is the birch. And probably pressure plates made by stone. Yeah, we've probably got everything we need in our ender chest at this point then. And so with all of my tools and rockets ready, I think this right here will serve us well if I'm not forgetting anything. Yeah, I had another little improvement idea as well, by the way. Something that I wanted to experiment with. We'll go check it out. X, just a minute. B-Dubs is coming back, isn't he? Says Kid BG. If you go look at your subscription feed, you'll see that his video is premiering. See, the problem with premiering is that the time zones don't seem to work. In my experience, the time zone listed is usually not your time zone. So when I go to like watch a video on a premiere, it's not in my time zone, which kind of sucks. I wanted to experiment with something. I just had this thought crossing my mind the other day. One of the big pain in the butts is that these blocks up here make getting out of the boat kind of ridiculous. I'm actually testing... Am I testing this in the wrong spot? I think I might have the wrong idea here. Let's actually just go a little further in. So now it looks like I'm griefing. It looks like I'm just tearing up the place. I'm not, peeps. This is for science. If I can't stop there. So if I stop here... Okay, I'm sort of in the middle. Yep, that'll do. No, 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 no! No! We want to be in the middle. Right, we're sort of a little bit behind the middle, but that'll do. Okay, now if I get out here... I'm still sort of awkwardly pushed into the boat. I thought the blocks up there might be causing that, and if we could get rid of it, there may be less need to have these cactus junctions. As you can see though, it just... okay, so... We didn't experiment. Unfortunately, the results weren't very good. That's quite alright. That's quite alright, isn't it? We did science. Science doesn't always give you the results you want. We got noises in the air from GamerTossDK. Resubscribed for 10 months, saying 10 months together, X. I still love your content. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, dude. Cap the Dragon is here. Resubscribed for 15. And Sky Kingsbury has subscribed as well. Appreciating your support as always, peeps. Thank you ever so much for the subscriptions. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy this stream. Why are people saying shop at Cherry? I haven't mentioned anything about needing to buy anything so far. Jess says, Science thanks you for your participation. Oh, brilliant. Sally answers, B-Dubs premieres in 66 minutes. Well, when I looked at it, it gave me 8 o'clock, which would be 66 minutes. But usually that's in the wrong time zone in my experience. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't actually turn up. But let's hope it does. I would also like to watch this video, you know. I'm very curious as to what this stranger falling out of the sky in my video... Who is this B-Dubs? You know? Was he really in Season 1 and Season 5 of Hermitcraft? Is this all a dream? Did none of those items really go into those hoppers? Anyway, let's say we change it to be like that. I need to get some stained glass here, so we need glass blocks. Oh, this is great. This is like listening to classical music. Oh, we should totally play some classical music in the stream one time. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving this already. It's giving me the feels. I'm getting the feels, peeps. Oh, man, that's gorgeous. This is the 5th soundtrack. The 5th one went all classical, and I loved it. We're listening to the Diablo soundtracks today. Beautiful music. String sections like that just absolutely mesmerise me. As you can probably tell, you're like, we get it. These are actually kind of the wrong way around, aren't they? Right, so if we do that there, it does mean you see a little bit of netherrack, but we're not even going to worry about that because now you should be able to whiz by on the boat on one side. So if I go here and go there and then whiz... Look at me, I'm whizzing. You would actually activate the pressure plate, so it might occasionally dispense boats. But we've got to rethink the design now. You see, you're just a player going through, but if you're not, you're getting off. Therefore, you get your boat back after you've left. So we need to put the dispenser over in this spot, I think. Would make sense. There we go. And then we need hoppers pointing into it. Sergio, liking the vids and now coming to watch the stream. So far, great. Awesome. Awesome. You'll find the streams are different from the videos. They're just a different kind of thing. Axrian says, I agree, it's beautiful. It is beautiful, isn't it? We got Zodiac Siren here, resubscribed 5 months, saying 5 months and loving being here. My #1 favourite hermit. Though thanks to you, I have a second favourite hermit with Corrales. Thanks to you for being amazing. You're a kind of derpy leader. Lots of love from the littlest void. Thank you for the lovely message, dude. Glad you like Corrales. He's such an awesome guy. Such an awesome dude. Let's go with that and put them in like this. Now, the pigmen can't spawn anywhere but on the dispenser, and now they wouldn't be able to spawn on there. We can put an iron trapdoor in that spot. Now, the only place they can spawn at this point in time is there, I think. Oh, jeez! I believe that my chat just blew up. Some kind of crazy bomb. It's green, it's sticky, it's all over me. What is this? What is going on? I believe I've been raided by the Ascalian army. Jeez. Iscal, my man, thank you so much for the raid. If you're listening, I hope to see you tomorrow to play my game. I want all the hermits to play my game. He's probably sick of me asking him. That reminds me, I should tell you all about my week, because I've had a bit of a weird week that's kind of thrown me off my... true that, yeah. It's thrown me off my game a little bit. You see, I decided to make this game, and what I liked about it is that I could get lots of hermits to play it, and then you would all get to see how the different hermits play it. It looks kind of ugly. I think maybe what I might do is just have this up here. So we need a little bit of, is that grey, light grey glass to go on top? So yeah, I've sort of taken the week off. I've had other jobs to do. I've been doing administrative stuff, odds and sods. I've been cleaning the house because it's the beginning of the month. And in between that, I've just been waiting around for hermits to come on and play. And the result of that, like, it's kind of broken me out of my flow. You know how you have like a Minecraft groove where you're in a project, you're just doing this, you're just doing that, and it's all working. Kind of broke me out of that, and I actually feel like a bit kind of sluggish about getting back on the server at the moment. So I'm really looking forward to this stream because it gets to like revitalize my Minecraft energy a little bit. And then tomorrow I've got an idea of what I'm going to do, and I'm hoping, you know, I'm taking a rest day tomorrow, so I'll be able to sit at the computer most of the day and work on making an episode for all of you. Because today, my friends, I did a personal best with the running, okay? Last week I did 2 10Ks. Today I did 12.5K in 57 minutes. And it was brutal. But what I did immediately after it was go for a really long walk and then spent most of the day walking around with the family at a museum. So I've had a really kind of exhaustative day, and that means tomorrow's definitely a rest day. Maybe there'll be a little bit of lifting, but that's about it. So I'm going to have time to work on an episode. Anyway, that was me waffling on. There's noises in my ear. So we were raided by Iscal. Welcome, Iscalians. Be sure to hit the follow button over here on Twitch. I hope you had a great time at Iscal's stream. He is, of course, a fellow hermit. You're probably under no illusion that we're still on the Hermitcraft server. So welcome. We're going to be designing an automated system for these boats over here. And it should be really quite easy for us to do as well. So, noises in the ear, Gravity Crush has thrown some cheers and bits. I appreciate it. Appreciate it ever so much. Thank you for your support. Eagle Fam is here resubscribing for 38 months in a row. Thank you ever so much, Eagle. I appreciate you as always. Hope you're doing well. And we have Pony Hunter gifting more subs. Peeps, if you hear your name being read out loud, Pony Hunter is here gifting the subs again. My goodness me. Akasirian, Toro Rushiro, X has Go, Delcon String, and Quirple? That's an interesting looking name right there. If you just heard your name being read out loud, you are now a subscriber. Feel free to throw an Asuma love heart into the chat, because you can do that now because you're subscribed. Thank you again, Pony Hunter. We got a Doc M arriving in the area. I'm doing upgrades. Not that Doc cares. Doc's probably like, yeah, whatever, you do UX. He likes it. Good. Good. Upgrades is good for everyone. Cool. This one should be super simple. I think we're looking at putting 3 hoppers facing into a dispenser. And then we'll do the same thing at the other end. And we've already got the hoppers right there. So, Osprish has subscribed. Again, thank you, Pony Hunter, for the gifted subs. We got Zorek, resubscribed for 6 months. King Creeper 75, subscribed with the Amazon Prime. Zodiac Siren is gifting a sub to the one, the only. It's Ellie Beatmaker in the chat. Let's get some Ellie Beatmaker hype. Dude, the no thing. Oh, I was supposed to download that. I need to update my remixes playlist, because sometimes for pre-stream music I just put on those and people love them every time, so I wanted to, now that there's another one, I wanted to update my playlist. I need to download that song and put it in the pre-stream. But pre-stream music today was Tool, we mentioned that earlier. Their new record is out, and it is interesting. It is an interesting record, I will say that. Maybe we'll talk about it in a bit more detail later on. Peeps are still tuning in. We've got over 2,000 viewers here. Goodness me, the pressure is on. I've got to entertain. Oh dear. Oh dear, I hope this is entertaining. Oh no. Oh no, Cactus and Sand is not very entertaining. What am I doing? Now, you'll see, peeps. This is all technical right here. Oh, yeah, I've got to break those ones. Oh my god, I love this music so much. Oh, right, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That needs to be a hopper as well. This is the music of my childhood, just playing Diablo for hours and hours on end. Like, I wouldn't even call this nostalgia. This was just everything. I loved it. Okay, now, I don't know if what we're going to do here will be entirely uniform with what we've done elsewhere, but I'm just going to go with that. Right? Tidy it up, make it look clean, make it look cool. We will be having these things on top of there. I need to go back and see how I did this. Yeah, and we're probably going to need some more iron. Let's go check it out. We got noises in the air from Surprise T, resubscribing for 20 months, saying, "Hi X, how do you keep your identity private when you pay or get paid?" I want to do that. You probably did something in case your YouTube or Patreon leaks your personal data to hide yours. You just have to take the regular precautions, right? That's all you got to do. Is be smart and don't go throwing your personal info. If you want to be online, you know, you'll have to put in your personal info for some stuff, but there are ways around that, and one of them is just not to go shouting it out, really. Yeah, that's what I thought we did. So just over like that, no glass up above. Got it. We can do that. We got I Love Cats doing cheers for own bits. Saying, you know what I hate? Getting addicted to a game/YouTuber and then going on a week in the base. And you can't continue with it. It's horrible, but then I have something to do when I get back. Also, I love Asuma Waffles. Great channel. Thank you, Cats. I appreciate it. Someone gave me the best name for that channel in my comments, okay? Chasing Butterflies. I thought it was perfect. Perfect name. If only I thought of that before, I would have absolutely called it Chasing Butterflies. You know? You know? Thank you, Cats. Glad to still have you with us. Been a very long time. Zachross7164 is resubscribed for 8 months. We've got Songbird T for 21 months, saying a belated congratulations to you on the big subscriber milestone. It's well deserved, X. Yeah, I'm in 1 million subscribers. Kind of incredible. I believe my gold play button is arriving tomorrow. I have a mysterious package arriving, so I am looking forward to cranking that sucker open and finding out if it's a play button or not. I mean, if it's not, I'm not an impatient person, but if it is, I can't wait to open it up. They've actually changed them since I last saw them as well. They used to have this big gold blob in the middle, but now I think like the whole thing is gold or something. Yeah. Now I'm trying to remember what I saw the other day, and I'm kind of a bit blurry on it. Alright, so that right there, in theory, is all we need. Let's check it out. Let's see it in action. We come here to use, we place it down, off we go on an adventure. The adventure was amazing. Oh my god, that adventure, we got so many diamonds. What a crazy adventure. We come back over here, and we do get the boat on the way out. So, are players going to just turn around and go, I don't want that? Or are they going to hold on to their own boat? I'm really not sure. I think for now what we'll do is we'll leave the boats over here, and we'll see how players get along with that, right? Don't have to figure it all out in one day. Now, to celebrate hitting 20 minutes into this stream, and to celebrate other arbitrary things like finishing building... why am I trying to turn this into a celebration? I don't know, I'm a derp. Let's drink some tea, that's what I'm thinking about. X, opinions on Fear Inoculum. I wrote a music blog describing my opinions on that record. What I will say, to those of you that are in the music scene that have followed the release of the record, maybe you follow the Needle Drop, one of the biggest music critics there is. Best teeth in the game. Cracks me up. He gave it a really harsh score. Well, 4 out of 10, numbers are arbitrary, right? For me, if I gave a record a 4 out of 10 on my blog, it'd pretty much mean that I could enjoy listening to it, but it's not something I'm going to come back to again, right? Like, that's kind of my cut-off point. 5 and above is like, there's songs in there I want to return to. So, anyway, he was pretty harsh, but what I find interesting is that a lot of the things he was harsh on the record for, I would sort of agree with for the most part. However, my thing is, like, when I listen to a record, I try to love it. I try to find the way to enjoy it. And I get the feeling sometimes he gets caught up in perhaps being a critic and loses sight maybe of like trying to find that link where you can enjoy stuff. You know? I think that's really important to try and find that link, because otherwise, you know, if you're going to have a sour experience with a record, nitpicking it, what's the point? You know, you've got to try and get along with the music, you've got to try and find something special. I think I left some... Oh no, they're just in my inventory, aren't they? Glass... And, okay, I always like to keep track of what we're doing. So we built one, we're going to go build another one now, peeps. And you know what we're going to do? We're not going to walk down the side, we're actually going to use this. And we're going to steer over to one side here. Now, I am falling behind on my noises in the ear, so let's read them. Angel Eye VYT is here doing cheers for own bits, and so is Josione. Thank you ever so much to the both of you for the cheers and the bits, I appreciate it. Josione there saying Subway sandwiches. Ogly Doke. Comboy is here resubscribing for 38 months in a row, and Defenso41 has resubscribed for 43 months in a row. Goodness me, and Wobsonator is here for 34 months in a row. Jeez. Dark Tofu 2007 is here resubscribing for 2 months. Thank you ever so much for your tremendous support, peeps. Truly do appreciate it. Suma, do you listen to Pulp, a British band that is something different? Aren't they like a Britpop band from the 90s? Man, I think I remember Pulp. I think I remember them. Asuma, any bass ideas? I've started a world with my family and struggling to think of a bass theme, says Spray DXL. Just Google stuff, you know, like famous buildings, interesting buildings, fantasy buildings, Minecraft-based ideas, you know, just don't be afraid to find what you want to do in somewhere else. Like, you could even look at my base and go, I want to build that. But what you do is you put your own little spin on it. Maybe that means just changing the block palette. Or maybe it means building different shapes. There could be a variety of different ways in which you could change another build that you're looking at. But that's kind of how all creativity works. All creativity is essentially like a remix of sorts. So don't be afraid to go looking for the kind of thing you want to do and then remixing it. That's a great way to get stuff done. Okay, so let's throw down our dispenser. Gonna leave, I think, 2 blocks of space. Makes sense. Then we have our... So our cactus will be here, and then 3 of these. That ladder there is getting kind of redundant, you know, like where does that go? It's kind of in the way. I'll leave it open for now. We have sand and cactus on either side. The noises just don't stop, peeps. How am I supposed to keep up? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We got Ellie Beatmaker here, gifting a sub to QNT 1012. Ellie, so kind of you to gift a sub. Appreciate you doing that. I saw your message saying you were going to sub, so you're just going to gift it to someone else. Awesome. Thank you for doing that. We got Dr. Shu subscribing, or Henkel Max for 21 months, and Riot Alexis has subscribed. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all ever so much. Thank you for your tremendous support. Hope you have a good time today. So that's kind of how we did it down the other end, right? I've got a feeling that portal's just a little too close, and some hermits are going to come through here and be like, what is going on? Donkey Kong, what is going on? We need stone, we need crafting benches, we need iron ingots. We need them now. Right now, I can't wait. Okay. There's one for a pressure plate. Kablamo. And let's make our iron trapdoors. Going to need more than just 2, aren't we? Definitely going to need more than just 2. There we are. Alright, sweet. So... ugh. And ugh. But don't forget about ugh and ugh. Oh, that went in the wrong place. Okay, there we go. That's the same system, right? I don't think we need to dilly-dally too much longer here. That's all that needs to be put in place. I reckon this area could do with a few more slabs, though. Feels a little bit unclean. Okay, then. Both of those can get wrapped away. We've got to put glass blocks we've got here away. Oh, yes, we do. Redstone components need tidying away. And that's kind of it. I think I'll just hold on to the other stuff for now. Okay, bear with me, peeps. Just making sure I'm putting these things away nice and organised. It appears that I'm... oh, no, I'm not missing anything. It's that one there, isn't it? Coolio. Alright. Junk and extra items. Oh, let's sort out wood. Let's sort out wood. Yeah, in you go. Oh, this song is gorgeous too. God, I love these songs. And, oh my goodness me, it's another sub-bomb. Jeez. These noises don't stop coming, do they? Right, let's pick the stuff up. Okay, Mr. Josione54 is gifted subs to Archer Girl Daisy, Halionis, JS Place 77, J Nodis 99, and Gash Music. Thank you ever so much again for the tremendous generosity supporting the community there and gifting the subs. Can't thank you enough. We also got Yodi Gadi subscribing and Volted Tomat subscribing as well. Appreciate it ever so much, peeps. Your support is tremendous. Where are we going next? You know? Where are we going next? I think we could either go into the 1.14 area, Hermit Land, or we could go over to the Pirate Castle project. Hermit Land, Pirate Castle. You get to type either of those combination of words in chat to determine the fate of what will happen next in this live stream. You have taken control, my friends. I'm seeing a lot of Hermit Land. There's Pirate Castle love too. It's split, but I gotta say Hermit Land is landing more. Pun intended. Peeps, that's all you need to do. Stop typing. I thank you for your participation in letting me know what it is you want to see. We will in fact be doing both, but first of all, it's a trip to Hermit Land. And I had an idea. I think we should make a little mini Hermit Land nether hub here, right? Like, let's get some portals coordinated and organised. And create a hub. I don't think we'll do that today. Oh, wow, that's a new structure. I don't think we'll do that today, though. We'll do it soon, TM. And then there's an airship. Of course there is. Of course there's an airship up here. It's Hermitcraft. I mean, you can log on and expect just about anything. Including... This isn't spoilers, is it? You've seen this in a video, I'm sure you have. I'm not going to touch this, though. I have some ideas on how to change it. Wait, I did post that video. Yeah, I did. So, last time we were building a path down to this area. I think all we need to do now is really just hook up a path over to that area. And link these few things here together. Maybe throw down some bushes. Kind of give it that finalised feel. Now, it's clear that Iskau is working on something in this little space right here. So the path will have to go around the outside. Then someone's got some sort of entrance with some mob heads of death. Now, is anything here valuable? I would regard this as stuff to just be left behind, so we'll probably fill this in and build around. I'm going to take these if someone didn't want them. You know? Namal71 is here, resubscribing for 5 months. Namal, thank you so much for your resubscription. It is appreciated. Right, let's get to work. We need cobble. Do you know what that chest down there didn't have? It didn't have cobble. And this chest doesn't have a lot of cobble either. Let's go double check. I mean, maybe I'll just snag some of that stone and make my own cobble. Oh, someone's been using the silk touch. The old silk touch, eh? That old thing. Are you English, says Elfman? I am indeed English. British, or whatever you want to say. Whatever you want to say. Hanson61 has subscribed. Hanson, thank you so much for your support. Do appreciate the subscription there. Which texture pack are you using? Assume it says T-Tex. You can get a link to it in my second to last episode of Hermitcraft, number 849. Hermitcraft 849 has links to Hermitcraft data packs. It has links to Hermitcraft crafting tweaks, and it has links to my personal setup for textures. Will you do a face reveal at 1 billion? Gervais, I think we agreed it would be 100 billion would be a good time to do a face reveal. Reasonable expectation, of course. We'll hit it in the year 3030. Where from are you in Britain, says Freaky Eagle. I am from the U of K, that part, you know. I'm from the bit with the land, you know, where the towns and the cities are. That's where I'm from. Okay. Let's get at this with... Oh, I don't have... No! I should have done this somewhere with Instant Mine. Oh, it's so slow and inefficient. Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe immediately. Watch out, says Gruel. What am I watching out for? Creepers? It's turning to night time. Everything could go wrong. Where's my bed? It's in this chest. With these... I got these mob heads here. I've confiscated them, peeps. Confiscated. Do you think you get to 100 mil, says Cool Man 06? You never know what's going to happen, right? Like, I wouldn't have thought for many a point that I'd get to 1 million, but then here we are. It's just, hey, I'm just going to keep having fun. That's what it's all about. Songbird T says, assuming if it occurs to me the other day that this part of the song, this part of the server, Hermit's like Corrales rejoining, almost feels like Season 6B. Does it feel like that for you guys too? It certainly makes Season 6 feel like it can be broken up more and more into different periods, which I think is actually a really healthy sign that it's still loved and, you know, people are watching it and it's doing fantastic. Speaking of which, though, I think we're going to see a view dip. I've noticed peeps are going back to school and there is some sort of like viewership drop at the moment, which is absolutely fine. Cold Chirper says Season 7 is better, though. It's better? It's better than Season 6? I don't know. Season 7, you know, like, we literally said, let's go do Season 6 again, because this Season 7 sucks, you know? That's what we said. I couldn't think it would be better, you know? It was that bad, we had to go and do Season 6 again. We had to travel back in time. I love Green's Time Machine episodes, man. They were so clever. Like, imagine... to be fair, I actually did this myself, right? Imagine planting a seed really far back. Like, started thinking about, what if I had just put something in an episode a long, long time ago to use years down the line? But I don't think like that. I'm not that smart. But then at the beginning of Season 6, you may or may not have remembered, and the chances are you don't because I was too crafty with it. But Evil X was in a lot of early Season 6 episodes, and I was so subtle with his presence that no one really spotted Evil X, and Evil X was in a lot of episodes. So subtle that I couldn't find him when I needed to. I was like, right, we're doing the Evil X episodes. Let's go find where Evil X is. And I was like, geez, I know I put him somewhere in this episode. And he's like, sometimes he's just pixels off in the distance, fractions of pixels. It is ridiculous. And maybe I should have taken notes. But hey, many things are a lesson in life, right? You do it wrong, don't worry about it. It's a lesson for next time. Oh, wisdom and advice from Asuma. Oh. Sniper 9074 is here for 41 months saying, hi X, how's your day going? It's going great. I'm really surprised how upbeat I feel at the moment because, man, I have had just a gruelingly, you know, like, I've just been busy. Like, I've been doing a ton of walking after doing a big run in the morning, so I kind of expected to be a bit conked and this to be like a quiet casual stream, but I mean, peeps are here enjoying it and we're having a blast, so it's all good in the hood, homie, as I like to say. You know, made that saying up myself. Never heard it anywhere else before. What are you on about? Oh, we got some more classic music now. Excellent. Why are you listening to classical? This isn't dubstep. Kozai is here. Subscribe with Amazon Prime. Kozai, thank you so much for your subscription. Appreciate it. I thought that was great, sneaking Evil X into the vid, says Tuxaban. It was, wasn't it? It just didn't get noticed a lot. Jessica says, "Lol, I love that voice. I've been nurturing it for a while, right? Because I've heard like other people do that voice or something similar. It cracks me up. But now I've figured out how I can do it myself. Now I've figured out." So peeps are in chat are now talking about Evil X. Will Evil X come back? I've said it many times. Evil X is pretty much retired for me. I just don't have a lot of sparkle for coming up with Evil X shenanigans and stuff. So it is what it is. I'm trying to make like a perfect curve here. Maybe I should sort of avoid that and just do a bit more of a go with the flow kind of path. Yeah, we'll go with that flow, that's what we'll do. Okay, and that sort of brings us out pretty much. So something like that, I reckon. A little bit wonky and curvy and windy, and that's fine. Tuxaban says, "Smack the pony." You want me to hit that horse? That's just cruel. Cruelty, I say. Cruelty upon the beast. The beast being the horse. Loenza says, "I'm really enjoying the music." Glad you are. This is the soundtrack to Diablo 2. The soundtrack to my childhood. Many a moon spent grinding levels in that game. Oh, it'll never be the same though. I try to go back to it every now and then. I think I will give it another shot at one point or another. I did want to make it part of my nostalgia series here on Twitch, but we kind of got distracted from playing nostalgia games, which is fine. Okay, we are well and truly actually past that bit, and yeah, let's just get the other side in order now. Try and make it look good from both sides. Cool, so let's start off, yeah, we'll knock it back a block and go. So we have 2, then 2 again. And a couple of 1s. Get out of here, horsey! Always standing where I'm building, are ya? Oh, you're a troublemaker. You're a troublemaker. 1, 2, 3. Let's put something there as a kind of marker. X, do you own a Nintendo Switch? Says Wild. I do not. I do not own one, nor do I plan on buying one. The only game I've been playing outside of Minecraft lately is this puzzle game called Cosmic Express. I play it on my iPad. I love it. I love a good puzzle game. It just gives you loads and loads of like really tricky challenges to get your teeth into. Yeah, this is like not working here, is it? It's just sort of lost its shape very quickly. I think we'll eyeball this to get it right. Maybe like that. Dude, Mr. Horsey, just stop standing where I'm digging. It's a very simple request. Very simple. Simple like a pimple. We got a noise in here from Boca Boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boca Boy, thank you ever so much for subscribing with Amazon Prime. Appreciate ya. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Hope you're entertained. Okay, so I think we've got to keep with the diagonal a bit here. Maybe actually turn that into a 2. Come back a bit. Like that. I mean, it's just kind of not quite right, is it? Kind of not quite right. That's how I would describe that. That I think is better. That I think is just about acceptable. And I can work with acceptable. Why no dabbing octopus, says Fozo Momo. I don't know. The dabbing octopus doesn't really add much to the conversation, does it? That's one of the big problems. Like, if you want to post the old octopus, it's not really doing much for the quality of the stream. In 5 minutes, it's going to be 6th of September here. Better get to sleep. See you later, X and chat. Long may assume a derp. Thank you, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a great sleep. Midnight. I'm trying to think. You're way Way over in the east somewhere. Let's go grab those slabs and bring them over here. Do you ever listen to 8D music, says Modo Plays? I've heard criticisms of it. That's about it, though. Like, I heard people sort of saying it's a gimmick. But that's pretty much all I know of 8D music. Apparently it's a gimmick. I mean, if it's 8-dimensional music, yeah, clearly it's a gimmick. Like, it's just a selling point, isn't it? Oh, we actually go close to some of the redstone here, but I think we're going to be okay. Just sort of glancing over. Oh, wow, secret chest. Jeez. Revealing Isgal's secrets. Hashtag Isgal exposed. Exposed his redstone. That's for sure. Let's actually go up with this a little bit then, and we'll kind of hide that. We'll go up to... Actually, no, let's go... Oh, yeah, I'm trying to keep this actually level with the ground, so really this should all be one block lower. Which it can be without interfering with that redstone. Oh, we got some evil, creepy music right now! Jeez, it should be nighttime. I should be getting chased down by phantoms. Oh, it's so scary. It really is. It's terrifying, this music. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night and this blaring really loud. Whoo! I'd be in a sweat pretty quick. I'd be in a sweat. It is haunting. Love this bit of the song. And then we plummet back down into hell. Dude, when you were in Diablo, like going through those final levels in hell with the lava lakes and this stuff is playing, it is intense. Man, these crazy demonic beasts coming out and fighting you, it's just like, whoa. What a game. What a game. Ever heard of sleep paralysis, says Talbar? I have, but like... I mean, you wake up, right? And you... Am I running out of those? You're unable to move your body, pretty much, is the idea. You're stuck in a spot where you have to wait for your body to catch up before it starts working again. Legotomb says, X, if you like puzzle games, I may recommend Professor Layton, a the-loving puzzle solver with amazing background music. I'll try and grab that before chat moves too quickly. There we go, I got it. Got it. I'll look it up after. What do you think of spiders? Says Luis Castro. Spiders are great. I love insects and animals. I can't be hating on them, you know. What's your thought on phantoms currently? Personally, I think they appear too quickly every 3 nights, says Crockett Guy. Yeah, I think their appearance is just too structured. Just, you know, they're just so frequent, and they always just turn up in a pack, and they're kind of irritating. I think they should perhaps reduce the pack spawning of phantoms, right? Just make it so it's one at a time. Because when one attacks you, you can focus on it and kill it. But when you get attacked by like a group of them all at once, it really just kind of like overwhelms you as a player. You're like, oh god, these things again. You know, you have to change your whole strategy up because there's just loads of them on top of you. I think what we'll do... Let's bring it down again. Cool, the music's still creepy, right? You can hear those screaming souls off in the background. Terrifying. Yeah, we might replace some of these with mossy, I've just realised. So let's do that, and we've brought this path around. Opinion on caffeine, says Lemons are juicy. What I always say about caffeine... Excuse me. Opinions on caffeine. What I always say about caffeine is you should, if you drink a lot of it regularly, you should take a bit of a detox time away from it, because caffeine is addictive. And... oh, okay, we can't get into there. Let's go down like this. Caffeine is addictive, even though it's not terribly strong. And it's not like a life-damaging addiction, right? But the problem with caffeine is a lot of people have this, what would you call it, machismo or whatever the word is, like attitude towards it, like, can't get started without my cup of coffee. And the reality is, if you're getting used to coffee and drinking it regularly, you are reducing like the energy levels in your body, and you are kind of inhibiting yourself a little bit, becoming dependent on it without realizing it. Coffee doesn't give you energy. It tells your body to act and operate as if it has energy, and therefore, you know, problems can arise. Maybe not life-changing, crippling, or damaging problems. Maybe when we say, hey, this behavior is bad, we're talking about a small percentage. But I have certainly been hooked on coffee at one point or another, not in a really bad way, and then I've gotten off of it, and you can really tell a difference if you rely on coffee to stimulate you and wake you up. It is not good for your overall health. It makes you very sluggish in the morning. You're like moaning and groaning until you've had your coffee and you can get going. That's not really a good spot to be in terms of how your body is using the energy that it's producing, right? So I've done that. I've been like a got to have my coffee in the morning to get going person, and then I've sort of turned it around, gotten off of it, and realized once I'm off it, I am way more energetic, especially in the morning. So I love coffee. Like, coffee is great. It's stimulating. It's got a great taste. Wonderful. I actually prefer mocha, which is it mixed with hot chocolate. So you've got a bit of a chocolatey flavour in there. Wonderful stuff. But I know I shouldn't get into a habit of drinking it, because then I become a little bit kind of dependent on it, right? Your body does it. Adapts to it. It develops a tolerance. Then you start drinking more of it. And it messes with your energy levels. Because, again, it is telling your body that you have, like, to act as if you've got energy that you don't, and that can be kind of problematic. Angel VYT says, actually did a paper in uni on caffeine. That stuff is very, very bad for your body and mind. Depends what quantity you have it in, I believe. There are also studies out there I'm well aware of that will say using caffeine is fine in certain quantities and whatnot. You can always find contradictions, even in scientific papers and whatnot, and especially on caffeine. I've seen some really mixed opinions on it, but just going from my own personal experience and what seems to be pretty much a scientific consensus that it is telling your body you have more energy than you have. It's got its practical use. It's great when it has its practical use, right? I drink a lot of coffee when I drive home from download. It's late. I know what I'm like in the evening. I do get a little bit more tired. I need something to perk me up and keep me focused while I drive home. It is fantastic for that. It has an application. As for when I drink it at other times, like I drank one today because middle of the day after my run I was feeling pretty zonked. I'd done a lot of walking, and actually, to think about it now, it turned my day around a little bit. But I know it didn't make me more energetic, it just made me feel like I was, and that can be dangerous to do that every day. You know? Do you know? Look at Game Chat X, says Red Skimmer. I think Doc's helping Scar with something. I think they're doing something. I don't think they need my help. What else do we have from chat? Opinions on caffeine. Surprise T says, my heart was all over the place because of quite low quantities of caffeine. I think it's a on-person basis. I think it's fair to say that each person can have a different reaction to it. But generally, for the most part, I don't think that means some people are immune to it having a negative effect. It can just, we're all different and unique, and it can affect us in different ways. If you drink coffee every single day, if it's your go-to thing to get you going, I would ask that you maybe take the time to detox from it, just get off it for like a couple of weeks. You're probably going to find it's rough at first, but then maybe once you get past that, you'll realize that you actually have more energy without it. Tommy Toe says caffeine equals drug. A lot of stuff is like drugs, because many things are chemicals going into your body, and they can have other effects, sometimes physiological, psychological, you know. Caffeine allergies actually exist, says BossBest24. I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about having an allergy to caffeine before, but it makes total sense that you could be allergic to something, right? So yeah, I wouldn't deny that. That sounds pretty plausible to me. Let's chuck that around here. There you go. Eggmat says, I have an allergy to caffeine. The Silver Dude says anything that changes your physical or mental state is a drug. Yeah, there might be a little bit more specific classification to that, because doesn't food change your physical state? I mean, it makes things happen in your body. You know, you've got to digest. That's a physical state that's changing, and maybe that means food is a drug. Voyagerist says Minecraft equals drug. No, I think interacting with something that isn't directly going into your body, that would be, you know, like, oh, I've put way too many of these things in. That does not look good. Let's go back and change this. That would be like an addictive personality, right? Like, if you get hooked on a game, that is kind of like an addictive part of your personality. That's the way that I would look at addiction in gaming. Is that it's more personality driven than substance. Of course, games are being designed to be addictive, but getting a little bit off topic there, right? You know, that's a whole other rabbit hole. Caffeine is one of the deadliest defenses plants have evolved to make. Humans come along. Oh boy, that's some good stuff. Well, it could be that caffeine is perhaps deadly to lots of animals, but I'm not aware of that. Didn't know about that. Could be true. I don't know. Yeah, I've definitely overused these stairs, right? If you break some stairs, do they turn into cobble stairs? I don't think so, actually. I think if you break them with a pick, they don't, which is kind of interesting, right? Like, where's the silk touch rule there? Where be that rule of the touch that is silk? Too much of caffeine and sodium not good, says Joshua. I wouldn't know directly why sodium isn't good, but I know that my calorie counter tells me when I am eating too much sodium in a day. Seems whenever I have sushi, I get a little warning. You've eaten a lot of sodium today. I'm like, thanks, phone. Not that I know what to do with that. Speaking of caffeine, I'm going to drink some tea. Excuse me. Excuse me, peeps. We got a noise in the ear. I've been zoned out for a moment there, haven't I? We got Neddle, subscriber of Amazon Prime. We got Wait, What, Can't You Be Serious? Resubscribed for 2 months, saying yo. And Onagos has resubscribed for 2 months as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Victor 3D Painting says, overdoing the soy sauce. Oh, right. Does soy have a lot of sodium? That's interesting because I don't. I actually tend to not use the soy sauce that comes with it. I tend to, I don't know. The soy stuff's all right, but I find it's like salt or butter. Like, there's some things you can add to food that I find really overpower the taste. Like, I never have butter in sandwiches. I don't really eat sandwiches very often, but I never butter anything. I just don't see the point. As far as I'm aware, butter is just fat and not a good source of fat. It's not like avocado, right? No butter, you monster, says Bladed Buzzer. Yep, no butter in sandwiches. I don't salt any of my vegetables, although I do get the impression that salts are actually important, and there's perhaps... I keep hearing about like pink salt, that supposedly you should put pink salt on some of your food every now and then. So yeah, I try not to go overboard with condiments, I guess would probably be the word to use. I try and keep that kind of extra stuff that you put on to a minimum. One of my favourites though is mustard. Oh my goodness me, is mustard brilliant. Let's put one of those there. Yeah, that seems good. Shovel, please. Shovel me good. Cream or jam first on a scone. I never have cream with anything. Again, in my mind, it's just one of those needlessly fatty kind of things. Yeah, so I just don't bother with it. When I do have a scone, I generally have them plain. I don't put butter on them, but jam sounds good. I love jam. Honestly, I've never had any mustard, says Darth Duster. If you do want to try mustard, start with American style. It will be sugary, but it'll be easier to get a sense of the taste. If you just go straight in for proper mustard, man, that stuff can make you cough and make your nose burn, and like, it's strong. So like, start with mild stuff. Plain scones, says Orbiterfold. Yeah, well the scone itself is just full of sugar and and you know, raisins and whatnot. Like all of that stuff's super tasty. I don't feel the need to put anything else on it. We're a very vanilla eater in some ways. Dijon, says Pal Fly. Dijon mustard, great one. Also, cooking rice and mixing it in with some mustard. Oh, mustard rice, goodness me. If you do that right, if you cook it right and get it nice and creamy, whoo, that's some good food right there. That's some good food. What about cheese or pumpkin scones? I have not tried a pumpkin scone. I have tried cheese scone. I find them just to be a little bit like, you know, scone plus cheese, right? Nothing too special, in my opinion. The ones that I've had. I mean, they're good. Why don't you use mossy cobbles, says Motu Plays. It wasn't really used over that area. I think I might throw in a few bits on the side. I'm just going to follow in the other theme that is already here, you know. What's a scone? Serious question, says Varstraight. The serious question is a scone or a scone? That's the real thing we've got to figure out here, peeps. A scone is like a little, like a cake. I've never cooked them myself, so I couldn't tell you specifically what's in them, but they're scrumptious and they're good with tea. Wait, where's my andesite gone? I've run out of andesite. Oh no, it's a tragedy. What's your favourite dessert? Says Pradregavarus. I love caramel pear pudding, but pancakes is pretty much my favourite thing when it comes to dessert. Love pancakes. Gonna have some pancakes tomorrow. I brought this protein pancake stuff at Asda, right? I just picked it up and I didn't think to look at the price, which you should do. You should check the price of something before you buy it, just so you don't get bamboozled. But I wasn't expecting it to cost a tenner. Like, when I got to the checkout, I was sort of like, I want to put this back. This is unbelievably expensive. But I thought, well, you know, I'm in a bit of a rush. I'll just have it and see what happens. Turns out it's really great, actually. Mix it with a bit of milk, chuck it in the pan. 1 minute later, you've got a big fat pancake. Oh, it's gorgeous. Have that with some peanut butter. Yum yum. Oh my goodness me. Throbbing Gristle is my favourite, says Hagmanon. Throbbing Gristle is like an experimental noise group from like the 70s and the punk era. And like, I've listened to their music and they've got like the one song that you can kind of really get along with, but beyond that I couldn't find too much more of their stuff that I could get into. I really like the principles of their idea. Like, they were talking about how any person who creates sound is an artist in their eyes, and they deliberately like don't learn music or try to learn music and just create through non-artistic means. And I just thought that's a really interesting approach. Doesn't always yield the best sounds, you know, doesn't always yield terribly interesting music of the bits that I checked out many years ago, you know. Throbbing Gristle, what a name. What a name, eh? Jeez, let's just convert this little bit here into stone, leading into Iscal's game. Have you ever listened to the Obliviscaris? I have not listened to the Obliviscaris. Okay, no one else in chat is talking about Throbbing Gristle as far as I can see. We got noises in the ear here from the Mayhem channel, resubscribed for 26 months in a row, saying, first stream I've seen for a while. Well, welcome back to the Mayhem channel. Glad to have you back with us. Provolone is here subscribing with Amazon Prime, and Deathhound173RD is here subscribing with the Prime. With the Prime subscription. My friend is in a noise rock group, and 40 years of playing music that isn't music hasn't progressed the genre much. I'm not big on noise rock, or big into it. I mean, I've listened to some noise rock albums that I've dug, and I hear elements of noise rock in various things that I listen to, but it's not something I'm terribly versed on, so I couldn't really comment on the old noise rock, you know. A little bit of noise, a little bit of rock, mixing it up. Let's go get some more stone. Let's get some stone and get some scones. Now everyone is asking me about different different bands. What are your thoughts on this band? What are your thoughts on that band? Is anyone asking me what I think about bands they don't like? People always ask you about bands they like. That's the rule. That's the rule. I should put gravel in this path. Gravel will mix in really well, I think. Not sure about noise rocks. Every time I listen to them, they're pretty quiet. Not the band noise rocks, just noise rock as a genre. It's a type of sort of a fusion of rock with more noise-driven kind of tones and sounds and aesthetics. All right. Voyagerist says, it's like how anyone who is in it to learn from each other and become better if they strive to be unstructured. It's fun, but dead end, in my opinion, at least. Yeah, I'd agree with you. I think I'd agree with you. Pretty dead end, but interesting at one point or another. Metallica is overrated. Thoughts, says Dr. Cacti. I don't think saying something is overrated is particularly valuable to anyone. Usually, it's expressing your dislike of a band in the face of people that like it. That's what it comes across as to me. I've probably at one point or another in the past used terms like overrated, like Imagine Dragons. But like really, it's just expressing your own dislike for something and trying to get all uppity and like, oh, but this and but that. Like, you know, just let it go. If you don't like something, let it go. You know, and if you hear it and it's on, try and enjoy it, because if it's in your presence and you get enjoyment out of it, then win-win. But if you're getting all, oh, I hate this song, this band suck, oh, they're so overrated, like, it's all on you, man. It's all on you. That's how I feel about that. So as for a band like being rated or not, like, it's all arbitrary. It's all just people's opinions, and it's all a big mess in a way. You can't really measure a band, how great they are. We can certainly look to some bands and go, these are clearly influential to a lot of people, but I mean, there really isn't a way to measure it scientifically. So it's all a bunch of nonsense. Let's say we take the question seriously as well. Are Metallica overrated? Whew, I would find a hard time finding an argument that says, yeah. For me, that band are just massive in my mind. Turnstile are underrated, says Jakey. Hell yeah, underrated. We can use that word, right? Because underrated is like, we want to put a spotlight on this band. I think, for the most part, I don't think there's negativity there. I think it's like, oh my god, this is so good, why don't more people know about it? Turnstile, I would probably say, are underrated. I would not be surprised if more people were talking about that band, but they're not. Maybe it is sort of similar to say something's underrated. I mean, who's to say they deserve any attention? I don't know. It's all arbitrary. It's all objective. But Metallica, in my opinion, underrated is not a word that should be associated with them. They have had an absolutely incredible impact on music, especially in the world of metal. And sometimes it can be like a little bit hard to perhaps separate. Like, what if I were to try and separate my love of that band from discovering them in my youth and try and look at it objectively? It's really difficult to do so, but when you see like so many other people that are really passionate about this band, and when you listen to their music and you hear so many Metallica riffs coming back round over the years and other forms of music, it feels so difficult to create a valid argument to say that they are in some way overrated or have not had a big impact, you know? It feels almost... Oh, am I saying objective when I mean to say subjective? Oh, what a doof. Am I getting those the wrong way around in my head? I think I've been saying objective and subjective the wrong way around there. I tend to do that from time to time, you know? You know, let's take something from chat then. Deftones isn't listened to enough in the UK, says Dr. Cacti. Possibly. I don't know how much they are listened to in the UK or the US. They could perhaps well and truly deserve some more ears. I would certainly say they do, because they're a fantastic band. Speaking of Metallica, do you like earlier metal All metal as it is now. All guitarists drop G tuning and stuff. Oh, gutturals, like all gutturals. Nisimo, I am very much into many forms of different types of metal. The further back we go into the 70s, less of it that I know of and like, but, you know, I love Judas Priest, for example. Black Sabbath are incredible. And then going into the 80s, the explosion of thrash metal, death, black, like... I'd say from the 80s onwards, I pretty much love everything in metal. Maybe power metal, not so much. But yeah, I kind of try to like find the reasons to like music, and I think there are a lot of reasons to like heavy metal. You know, bands like Iron Maiden and whatnot. I think symphonic metal is underrated. You hear nobody talk about it, even the big bands. I think the problem there is that metal is just not the talk of the town, really, is it? Like, it's been around for a long time. It's got a well-established audience, and you know, it doesn't really have anywhere new to go, it feels like. Unless some band's going to come along and redefine the genre, I think metal's just going to be stuck with, like, being its own niche, and that's fine. Like, as a fan, why does it need to be any bigger than that, you know? Hip-hop's kind of the talk of the town at the moment, with it outpacing the record sales of pop music. That's incredible. Do you listen to any krautrock, such as Can, Nu, or Faust, says Isaac Mez. I know of krautrock. I wanted to kind of explore it at one point or another, but for whatever reason I ended up not, maybe just getting distracted. Because Kraftwerk have some roots in krautrock, and I'm a huge fan of Kraftwerk. Love their records, listen to them quite a lot. And yeah, so they were at one point a bit of a krautrock group. That looks alright, doesn't it? I think we'll throw down some bushes in this area. Need to put something under here. Should we just put stone there for now? I don't want to run around trying to get red sandstone. I don't even know where my sandstone is. It's all the way back at my base. All the way back at my base. Nizamosine says, I mean metalheads don't really talk about others too. I've experienced that, like, metal circles, metal communities tend to like relish different types of metal bands, like that I've seen, or like going to different gigs in the past, or like local scenes. You would tend to like spot groups of different types. Like, I remember going to gigs when I was like first getting into black metal, and then there were all these people wearing like these shirts of bands like what are they called, Enslaved Frost, and I'd be like, oh, Enslaved Frost, and they'll be like, who is this weird guy going crazy about these like shirts that we wear and that? Because in my circle it was all nu metal, right? And so then you go to some other local scene and check out their bands, and it would be like they're all into black metal, or they're into death metal, and it's all like that. You know, so there's probably power metal like circles and stuff. Let's have a look. I came back here to actually get some shulker boxes. Did I not now? Voyager says, enslaved rule! Oh, they rule. But where do they rule? What do they rule? What do they rule? I think it's time for an eye break. I believe. Aren't Kraftwerk a bit noisy makers? Kraftwerk are basically the guys who took early quirky electronic music and made it into pop music. So anything like 80s synth pop, in general modern pop music that has electronic instruments, kind of has a huge lineage back to them as being the bands that sort of brought forth really emotional pop music from what was at the time kind of quirky electronic music, right? When electronic instruments were sort of new and less sculptured. Right, I'm taking a moment here to drink some water to replenish my fluids. I'm looking away from the screen. I'm giving my eyes a rest. They've had a big rest today. They've been, you know, out and about, walking around in fields, looking at stuff. Had a lot of outdoors today, and it was really good. So tomorrow, going to be at the computer indoors for a long time. Probably going to get sick of it. Anyway, that's the sound of me. Oh, drinking water, replenishing my fluids. Which we shall do. Kraftwerk are a timeless classic for the ages, says Bunny. McLovin. They are, aren't they? I mean, their music, like, if we talk about has it aged, would people still like it today? A little bit hard to say. I can understand some people, perhaps young people, like not really vibing with it that much, but I think once you're into it, you're going to be into it for life. Like whenever a Kraftwerk song comes on at random, man, it is good feels all around. There are no complaints. You know, it's like Kraftwerk, let it play. There's some bands that you don't skip when they come on shuffle, and Kraftwerk are one of them. Right, now we could do a little bit more work over there, and I think we will. We're just going to throw down some bushes, do some simple decoration over there. Why don't they let you put a shulker box in a shulker box? That would be the best troll, says Dr. Cacti. I think it would break the game, really, because you can just sort of put infinite data inside a single data point, and yeah, the game won't really appreciate that, would it? Okay, let's maybe throw down some of that alongside some Levy blocks here. Maybe a mix of these ones. I'm looking in chat. What are we going to talk about next, chat? Peeps, what's going on? Did you ever dip your ear into the goth industrial genre X, says Voyagerist? Gothic industrial. I don't really know of it as goth industrial, but like what, Marilyn Manson? Ministry a little bit on the gothic edge, aren't they? I adore 90s industrial metal. Whoo, what a scene that was. God, I wish I knew more of it. It does feel like it's a bit more of a select scene with like 9 Inch Nails, Rammstein. Like there's a few names I can throw around, but it doesn't go crazy deep. However, the industrial vibes from that era have lived on, it feels like. A funny story about Marilyn Manson. He was all the rage when I was in school, and everyone loved this guy. I thought it was terrible, and then it actually took me like years and years later. I was just kind of like watching a documentary about him, and I was thinking, why did I ever think this guy was like naff? And then I started listening to it, and now that I had, you know, gotten rid of the BS idea in my mind, it was just like, yes, I get this. This is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Kind of want a lot of bushes over here just to cover up that stone, I think. You know. Haven't put any lights in here. Maybe some posts on lights would look cool as well. It's new metal and industrial metal, says Tuxaban. Graham the Lamb wants me to talk about Brexit. Well, I'll make it quick and brief. The situation now with Brexit is just absolutely ugly. It's like a complete shambles of what a government should be. I mean, as someone who's a bit like critical and naturally skeptical of like power structures and, you know, what government means and whatnot, even now it's like the functions it performs it just feels like it's falling apart, and the whole thing just feels like a cruel joke. And you know, if I'm pro Brexit or if I'm not pro Brexit, like the whole thing just feels like, where do you stand? Like, what do you make of this? It's just nothing is working, and everyone's headlocked, and no one can agree and work together to find a solution here. I'm preparing for an apocalypse, says Chase in the base. Oh jeez. Do you like Fatboy Slim? That was the big thing when I was at school, says Cosmo Guy. Yeah, I love Fatboy Slim. Right here, right now, right here, right now. There's a song that gets you paid for life. You'll never have to work again with a song like that. Any football match you go to, it's always the song that plays at the beginning of the game, right? I mean, that is some royalties right there. Lots of people listening to that song. We need to tidy this up a little bit, don't we? I think we'll just do that so we hide... yeah, now the path feels a bit more connected. There you go, a little bit of love and care thrown in some bushes. Always seems to make the thing look nice. You can go a fair bit more detail than I do here, but I'm feeling kind of lazy, to be honest. Just going to throw down a few more and call it that. Yeah, putting them down at the ground level is another tip that I kind of picked up from Scar. you know, you learn to throw down the bushes, that's good. Then you realise, oh, you've got to like nest them into the ground a little bit, and then it just gives them a bit more depth and dimension, and that works wonders. Oops, there we go. Just like that, I think. Maybe some more grown up here, like this, like Iscal's done. Give them some roots. And that'll do for now, I think. That's really quite cool. I think we've done an alright job. Maybe I could throw down some bone meal in there, but that'll do just fine. All just needs connecting up, really, is the plan. The idea, right? X is BOO coming back, says that Pixel Crown. I think his first episode back on the server might be out right now. Feeling kind of lazy. That's more bushes than I would put, so I don't even think it's lazy at all. Says Alon Champion. Well, I could put more detail into it, is what I'm thinking, but I'm just being a bit practical right now because I do want to move on from this project. I want to head back to the main Hermitcraft island. That's what I want to do right now. All I want to do is cig a cigar. It sounds like Sig a Cigar, which then reminds me of that Will Smith song. Oh my god, I just face butted a creeper. What does he say? Sig a cigar, I don't bite it, it's for the look, I just like it. False, you're being stalked and you don't even know it. Oh wow, there's a whole wall over here now. Goodness me. I bet that's Scar doing some absolute grinding right there. Okay, I dare not go closer. Oh my goodness me. What's going on here? Have I found some sort of stealth fighter jet? Is there anything on the inside here? No. Right, I was looking for a portal. That looks like a fancy, but that looks like a lot of quartz for the roof. That's what it looks like. X, heard about the things going on in South Africa? I have not. I have not heard about those things in South Africa. I'm a little bit uninformed at the moment because I don't really watch the news so much anymore. I know there's a controversy sort of coming out with YouTube and kids at the moment, but based on some information I've had from inside YouTube, kind of sounds like people are overreacting, but maybe not. Depends what community you're in. In our community, if you know what I'm talking about with the YouTube kids change, I think we're going to be fine here, but I haven't dove that deep into it. X, what do you think about alcohol and smoking, etc., says that Pixel Crown. I don't drink or smoke, and in my opinion, I'm definitely on the harsh side, and I'd say, like, you know, these things are just you damaging your body. I do everything the other way. I'm all into exercise, nutrition, stretching out, looking after my body, keeping it in good shape. According to X, Y is wrong, says Miss Hotel. Hey, it's just my opinion, man. Like, I can have an opinion, you can have an opinion. If they don't line up, it doesn't have to be a problem. We all got ways of seeing the world, right? And, yeah. Where am I going? I'm going to the right place. I just avoid the news now. It's boring, says Chasing the Bait. If you find it boring, that's hopefully a good thing. I mean, the problem is people tend to get a bit addicted to it, it seems. Ow. See, I got a boat on the way out. There's anything that kind of sucks there, but then we do that. Yeah, it might need some revision over here. Right, we are heading to that one over there. Have I read noises in here for a while? I haven't. I've gotten completely distracted again. And I don't know where the last one was, but I believe it was Frank and Honest, subscribing with Amazon Prime. So Frank and Honest, thank you for subscribing. X, read 2 of my message in one stream. I can die happy now, says Jason DeBase. Oh. Silver Dude says, let's talk workouts and recovery. Do you have a specific question? By the way, just the other day I did a chest workout. Boy oh boy did it feel good. No real problems with my shoulder, but immediately day after just going to rest. Just going to ease my way back into it even more than before. We got Mark Guards, subscriber of Amazon Prime. Mark Guards, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription. Woo, look at this. Jeez, coming back down here, it's like, damn, we did good. I actually want to go to the outside and just solidify sand over there. Maybe work on the outside here a little bit, like that needs to be refined. We also need to make this all look better in general. Yeah, there's some absolute work that needs... Oh, I'm in a hole. That needs doing now. So yeah, we're going to beachify up this place, peeps. We're going to get our beach on. We're going to build it all the way into this space over here. Oh, it goes as far as that, doesn't it? Oh, yes, it does. We're also going to cover that up. Ugh, like that. Can I have some more, please? Do you watch football, says Pinny W. Mark. I love football. Football is great. Great sport. Love it. X, how much can you bench? Not a lot. I don't lift heavy. I like doing high volume. Don't want to risk anything. 50 kilograms, I think, was what I was benching last time I was doing it consistently. Not a lot. I have benched more at the gym. I went to the gym one time, and oh yeah, and I should mention for those of you that are invested in knowing about how I work out. Jeez, it's like one person. So I have a weird way of doing workouts. Is that I rotate a set of 5 workouts, whereas the general practice is to do the 5 in a row. So you do, let's say, 3 sets of reps on one move and then move on to the next one. When I did my bench workout, I decided to do it that way. I'm going to try doing it the way other people do it. But anyway, because I don't normally do it like that, when I went to the gym, it was like, well, I can't get off the bench, go do something else, then go over here. I've got to stay on the bench for a while. And I did that, and I kind of forgot that, like, hey, I'm doing these reps, like, in quick succession. Well, not in quick succession. I mean, like, I'm doing them back to back, right? And because of that, I just overworked my chest and failed a rep and just had the bar stuck on me. I was just like, uh-oh, and then the weight slid off. I was alright, didn't hurt myself, but it caught me off guard just because I wasn't used to doing it like that. It's just, you know, got to be careful. Okay, I think the textures that we use, the underside, the overside, and sand. So I need my sand chest as well if we're going to terraform and transform around here. We should also go just check out the old areas so we can double check that. Whew, yeah, stay safe while doing it, says Jufo. Absolutely. That's why I don't lift heavy. That's, you know, a workout at home, so definitely got to do it the safe way. But yeah, that's why I don't lift. One reason I don't lift heavy. The other is like risk reward. I mean, I've injured myself, but that's probably more down to not warming up properly and not really knowing about that, which I've now learned about and got a lot of techniques for warming up and stretching, which really helps. So maybe, you know, maybe I could one day lift heavier if I progress in that direction. But for me, it's really just about doing the volume, doing the reps, getting in a good workout. I don't feel like I need to lift super heavy or anything. Voyager says that sounds scary. It kind of wasn't, because like if you lift like ridiculously heavy, you do something stupid, then the bar's going to fall down on you and it's going to be painful. I wasn't doing anything like that. I just exhausted myself. So I could hold the bar above my chest and not have it press on it. But I had to slip to one side so the weights would go off. You know? Be careful. Always use a spotter, says also Jim Cap. Yeah, I could have had a spotter, but I don't, like I said, I don't lift that heavy. It just caught me off guard because I was doing, you know, 12 reps, rest a bit, 12 reps, rest a bit, and I'm just not used to doing that way, so it totally caught me off guard. That's the wrong type. I want the smooth one right there, yeah. Just thinking, we have more blocks now over here, so I might use some of these as well. We've got noises in the ear from Shadow C Plays, resubscribing for 8 months in a row. We got Will D601, resubscribing for 3 months in a row. Shadow says, hi all, I resubscribed. Assumer, please take my money. No arguing, just take it. Well, that I have done. Thank you so much for your subscription, dude. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the stream and have a good time hanging out with us. Let's see. So if I want to put in a different text, no, did that wrong immediately. Different texture goes like that. So we should come around here and just do a little bit of a pass. In fact, actually, the way Scar reckons you should do it is create little veins. That's supposed to look the best. So we'll try that a little bit. How many push-ups can you do, says the killer. You know, I want to get in a habit of doing lots of push-ups. I've been working on my form recently for that. Way back when, years and years ago, I used to do lots of push-ups. And I could do like no, not 100 at once. I think I do about 50 at once, but like I would do hundreds over the day, over the period of the day. I kind of want to get back to doing that actually. That was pretty fun. Definitely want to incorporate more calisthenics style stuff into my workouts now, and have maybe like a calisthenics day, and do like focus on things like push-ups more. I'm going to rip out a lot of the sand we've already placed from this point here, and redo it, because I think that's going to help. So we're only going to focus on like up to this area, and then we'll start building upwards from there. Once I did 28 in 30 seconds, says SMO. I don't think about how fast I do them. I tend to just focus on keeping my elbows in the right position and making sure it's well supported, you know. Right, sand across the front here. We're coming a ways out over to the side for this one. Let's get a little vein of those in place while it's all flat around here. Maybe a little vein of these ones as well. Do you like wine? Says the Green Man. I don't, because I don't drink alcohol, but you know, I hear apparently wine's supposed to be pretty healthy to have every now and then with a meal. It does make me wonder if I should just indulge. And it sounds like one of the tastier ones. I mean, it's made from grapes, right? The problem with alcohol is it tastes disgusting. You know, don't kid yourself. Like, you can acquire a taste for stuff, but you're acquiring a taste for something that's pretty rough. Wine's good for the heart, says Nismo. Yeah, apparently. Like once a week, a glass or something. I want to give it a try. Who knows? Do you like garlic? Says Blessed Garlic. Well, that username says a lot. Yeah, I do like garlic as it goes. I cook with garlic a fair bit. If I'm cooking spinach, oh, you know there's some garlic going on that. Whew. Make that spinach pop. Okay, we're going to fill in all of this down here. Need to sleep in a bed now, though. That's the other thing. And we've got a bed right here. This one right here. Cheap wine can be as nasty as good wine is delicious, says Voidress. Good point. Yeah, don't cheap out on it. Do you like sushi, says Anime Dude. I love sushi. I adore it. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. Great cuisine. Mark Guards is here doing those cheers and throwing those bits, saying keep up the great videos. Thank you so much, dude. I'll continue to make those videos that you believe are great. But I have fooled and deceived you. They are actually terrible. Oh, I'm messing with you. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. And we need more options here. Okay, so this is going to be quite a sharp, like, uprise here, but that's fine. Not an issue. Actually, just there, isn't it? Okay, so this bit's going to be steep. Let's put that one there. Nest it in like so. Okay, and then I think we're going to bring that out. Very good. Right, and now let's build up this a little bit. Kind of don't want it looking too flat like it is at the moment, you see. Let's actually bring that forwards a bit. Oh yeah, do you know what I'm supposed to be doing during these streams? I'm supposed to be telling you to hit the follow button, but also I got a new channel. It's called Asuma Says. And, you know, if you go to my Twitter, you will find links to it. But I got a new channel, Asuma Says. You can go search for it. And maybe you'll go over there and enjoy the content and subscribe. Pony Hunter says it's a nice channel. Thank you, Pony Hunter. Gash Music says, back to the conversation about music and metal. What are your thoughts on the band Starset? Seen them live, listened to them a few times. I don't really get like a vibe from them, like that it's anything special. Just kind of sounds like another band to me. Not to dismiss them in any way, just that's all I felt from listening to them, so I can't really say too much else other than that, you know. X, will you make a face reveal? Says Dogue Potato. Yeah, 10 billion subs, man. 10 billion subs. We're not far away from that, are we? Not far at all. Okay, I officially need more dirt blocks here. Okay, this is kind of working. I think it might be smart actually to level this out a bit here. That's fair. They're pretty bad live, to be honest, but I get you. Oh, really? Oh, well, I saw them live and it didn't have much of an impact on me, so maybe that confirms that. The face reveal is on his new channel. Go check it out. I didn't say that. I'm reading chat. Jeez. Okay, let's get back down here and do some of this. It's kind of hard to throw in those other textures when you're doing hills, right? At least it feels like it. Doing these hilly bits. In fact, while we're talking about it, let's do that. Man, I'm loving this song. Put the sand on top, assume this is LukeTube. We're kind of doing that. We're kind of doing that, right? Just need a bit more dirt here. I wonder if I've got some inside the castle. What's this in chat? Apparently I'm always a neutral. What football team to support? Yeah, I'm a neutral. Let's enjoy the sport. Okay, I don't have junk. I need junk. Where are the junk chests? You just know that somewhere around this area there are junk chests hidden underground, where hermits have just left resources behind. They're all over the server, but when you want to find one, you don't know where one is. You know, I've got a feeling there were loads here at one point, weren't there? But they're all gone. I want some junk. I can't find any junk. I guess I'll have to go to my base. Jeez. Kind of looked like that squid was interacting with something else on the surface there. I don't know what that was. Alrighty then. Do I have any junk chests in the area here? I don't think I do. Let's just let's actually fly over there. Why not? Let's fly. Fly, 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 fly. Shop at Sahara for sand. No, we need dirt. We need dirt. What exercises do you do for your core, X? For my core, asks Harvey J Gaming. Well, I do a lot of yoga. That strengthens the core. Let's see. Planks with good form. If you learn how to do a proper plank, squeezing your glutes and whatnot, then doing planks. I've been trying to do leg raises, hanging leg raises, but they're kind of difficult to get into. You need to develop a lot of strength. Bicycles, crunches. The way to do crunches though is to sort of it's really like, don't take it from me saying it now because it's not going to translate very well, but like crunching your chin upwards as opposed to into your knees and pulling your muscles downwards is far more effective, I've heard. So bicycles, leg raises, goodness me, leggings, press up leggings as well. There's quite a bunch of stuff. What do you do to exercise your back muscles? Well, you can do Superman. And then general, I don't know, like general back routine. Oh, I haven't done it in ages. Jeez, everyone wants to know how I work my muscles. Goodness me. Why don't we come back here for junk? For junk in the trunk. There's some junk. There's my trunk. It all makes sense now, doesn't it? It all makes sense now. I'll leave a couple here though. We don't need that much, so probably find out I do. Probably be back here in a minute, won't I? Oh jeez, I've messed up. I've goofed. X, have you ever tried to eat Greek Silvac? I have not. I've not even heard of that. Didn't you say in one video you liked cycling? I do like cycling. I'm considering getting a road bike. And I'm actually gonna like tone down my running. Like 12.5. Sir Blake says, to be honest, you probably know more than most of us concerning workouts. I might know more than a beginner, for sure. And as a beginner, you want to get good advice. And there are what's known as beginner traps out there, where people try and sell you supplements and give you faulty advice. It takes a while to learn good advice, because especially if you're doing it like I am and you're getting it online, there is great ways to learn about stuff online. But unfortunately, like, a lot of people can sound like experts, and sometimes it takes a lot of trial and error to find what's right. But I guess there's probably like some key principles that are useful to know, especially things like learn how to stretch before you do workout. That's really important. You know, how to warm up for a workout. A road bike? You'll be celebrating hills soon. You're mad, quite mad. Yeah, I'm considering getting a road bike because I've kind of really enjoyed cycling lately, but I do know that I tend to like flip in and out of stuff a bit. So, like, I've been running again, and then I'll probably like stop doing that for a while and then get back into it, you know. And I'm not sure I should be just spending a bunch of money on a bike. So I need to consider if that's really a good idea or not. I guess at this point is sort of where I'm at. Let's actually make this block here a smooth one. So yeah, I've done a fair bit of cycling, and today I did 12.5 kilometer run, and I just feel like that's cool. I feel like I'm good with running for a while. I want a break from it or something. It's weird. It's like you feel so great after, but you also have to go through this whole kind of like mental battle when you're running of just keep going. I spend a lot of time running just thinking like, oh, don't bother. That'll do. You know, it's so weird. But you get there in the end, so that's what's good. You get there in the end. Road bike, you might have some Dutch in you after all, says Sir Blake NL. If I lived in the Netherlands, I would totally be cycling everywhere, man. I'll be down with the clown, you know. Be down with the Dutchies. Cycling everywhere, I love it, it's great. Pickled Melons says someone I know got knocked off their bike and broke their arm. I mean, unfortunately it happens, yeah. Accidents do happen. Sorry to hear that. Either I was recording. Bellyback Daddy says X, I cycled my first 20k 2 days ago, and oh my god, it was a different experience from running. Well done. It is different, isn't it? Different kind of exhaustion. I think cycling is much easier to get along with mentally for me. I find it so much easier to keep engaging my legs and keep going. When I'm running, like trying to keep that same pace going, which I actually, the 12.5k that I did today, the first the first like 20 minutes to half an hour, I really kept the pace up. And to be fair, after that, it didn't drop off too much either. Which I found almost surprising, but cycling, it's so much easier to keep pushing. What I want to do now, though, is cycling, now that I'm really getting into it, is start eating while I cycle to give myself more energy. Like, take some energy bars with me, stuff like that. I want to give that a shot now, because I've kind of gotten myself into a good, like, physical sort of spot for doing cycling. I've looked at Blessed Garlic's message over and over again, and I'm just like, don't know what to say. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Thought process for making a farm. It's a very difficult thing to describe. Like, I think you need to be a bit more specific with some questions, and that would be one of them. What exactly do you mean by thought process? What are you trying to extrapolate? What is it you want to get out of me in an answer? Because that question in its current state doesn't really give me a lot of options. Because I just, I do. And I like doing farms. Colino says, Asuma, when should I work out if I run before or after? I mean, you can, depending on your level of fitness, like I can go for a run and then work out a couple of hours later. It really depends on your fitness. Just pay attention to your body. And you should give yourself some time between doing different activities, right? But like also take into account what are you doing. If you're doing like, if it's leg day and you've done like a big run, you probably shouldn't be working out your legs. But if it's like you're doing upper body stuff, then, you know, it's probably going to be alright. Because they're different parts of your body that you're working on. Triggs says, X, so many hermits returning, what's happening? I love how it's 2, but then it becomes so many. So many hermits! Like, imagine looking over at that hill and being like, so many hermits, and it's just 2. Oh my, there's so many! I can't breathe! They're everywhere, says Jeff. They're everywhere! It's a conspiracy! They're taking over the server. These returning hermits. I'm drowning in them. I can't watch videos anymore, there's so many. Oh god, B-Dub's just uploaded. Oh no. Well, 2 is a lot for Hermitcraft. Is it though? How do you define that? I mean, what, there's like 23 of us actively playing? There's 10%. I mean, 10%, yeah, I think if you quantified it as a percent, I'd go, yeah. A 10% increase is significant. But, oh, there's so many of them. Should work out before running if the time between each activity is little. You can run with fatigue, but not work out. Interesting, says Domir. That makes sense. That makes sense. In my experience, though, I think when I've done the same on the same day, I've always ran first, and it's never been an issue for me. But like I said, I don't lift crazy heavy or anything. Exertion is a... In fact, that's an interesting thing, because exertion is an important part of working out to get gains. I actually don't find myself getting that exerted too often. I tend to find my muscles just reach a point where they're like... You know, they're not really like going to be able to do much more, like coming up to failure. But I don't really get exerted from it, like feel alright after I work out. I might just be getting used to it though over the years. Cool, look at that. Right, I reckon we should work on the structure here a little bit. So obviously there's going to be like something through here. That was always the plan. So we should, I think, honour that and build it. And we should also get rid of this granite over here. Let's throw away the sand for now. That's some good landscaping action. Hot landscaping action. That's what we just witnessed, peeps. Do I have... Yeah, look, I got some dispensers in here. Oh yeah, those are going to get used right now. Shishwami, you're alive, says Auraria. Oh. Fem Tone Damascus says, X, what do you think of the great works of the guy that do the Hermitcraft recap? They're fantastic, right? The Zloy and Pixel Riffs. Tremendous stuff. Love the recap. Oh, that one's kind of not visible. I was thinking, like, you can't see that on the other side. Asuma, what are you up to now? I think I'm behind on this shenanigans, says Reva. Shenanigans? I'm not aware of any shenanigans going on. We're just doing some building, yo. Yo, yo. Yes, yes, yo. As those hibbity hoppers say. Oh, those hibbity hoppers. Can I make it sideways there? I can. That's good. X, just to let you know, I built a resettable version of your episode 850 counter on the plot mod if you're interested. Tuck Savannah, I appreciate that. There's going to be so much overhaul and whatnot that the entire game will change after the first round. So, yeah, just wait for those changes, really. Oh, I guess I could kind of leave it like that, couldn't I? Right, and now we're going to put that there. Oh no, I'm trapped! Trapped inside my own creation. It's an abomination. There we go. Cool. Let's build a bridge. Let's build some sort of stone brick structure over here. I do like building a little shape. It's going to be dead simple though, is the reality. But then we'll have to create like a little bit of a path through here. There's actually like a nice opportunity to throw down Lots of that other texture so we can have a path there. Oh yeah. It's time to do a little bit of building. This music's awesome. I'm so glad we chose to listen to it today. It's good. Right. I'm taking these things. I'm taking them. You can't stop me now. Debug says, too bad all these people missed the pranks and the call to Grian. Don't forget about our lengthy discussion with Grian where he was answering everyone's questions in chat. Don't forget about that. Prank Grian, says Anime Dude. Prank Grian, please. I beg of you. Right, I want to mirror and mimic two words that we could have used there. This on that side. Does it line up perfectly? It does. It also needs some slabbage. Slabbage like cabbage, just on the top. And with that, we will have the foundation. We could actually build the top path out of like regular stone now that I think about it. X, can you get copy striked when you stream in, says Blessed Garlic. Copy strikes! Bam! Right in the face! I'm not sure if I can or not. The old copy strike. I got copy chopped once. That hurt. Oh dear. Okay, I'm thinking about... Oh, what happened there? I'm thinking about what could go underneath it. Yeah, that stuff. I've got an idea forming in my mind, in my brain space, where the ideas they do fall. Yes, yes, I am seeing things. I am seeing things. So, all of this can become sandified, which is a real term. You know, don't laugh at it. Come on. Come on, grow up. Look, I've actually got some sand left over. So before you start laughing at me, we're going to sandify up the place. By the way, I had a noise in the ear 9 minutes ago. How could I miss it? Why am I so oblivious? I don't have the answers to these questions. Bet you can't find me. There you are. 2 months in a row, saying 2 months already. Love the content, X. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And I apologise for being 9 minutes late. You're probably not even watching anymore. Pookie Silver says, copy strike. Bam. Oddly funny. Everything I do is oddly funny. It's because I'm a goofball. I reckon we might not actually use stairs here. Curious. The curious lack of the use of the stairs. I think it might look kind of more interesting to go like that. 2 at a time, maybe? Then it's regular blocks, so then we get variation over here. Variation, get over here, get involved. I do wonder. I feel like the gradient isn't quite right there. Let's pull this back, try a different gradient. How did you get a black HUD, says Salamander. I got it from Vanilla Tweaks. The Resource Pack. The Resource Pack is a website. You can go to assumeavoid.com actually if you want to get on top of that. If we do it this way around, nah, that's always a bit curious, isn't it? Maybe we should have the path actually come out over here to begin with. So let's just put in 2 more blocks, 1 more like that. Maybe again, I'm thinking. And again. Okay, so what if we do... This is actually not what I was originally going to do, was it? I'm getting distracted, man. I had this idea in my head, and now I'm just like not sticking to it. Let's go like that. Oops. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Doesn't look particularly interesting yet, but we'll put a few more blocks on it. And we got noise in the air from PonyHunter11876 gifting subs. My goodness me. If you hear your name being read out loud, you are now a subscriber. It's Mr. Brownies, Salamander, Irizel, Severide, and Toast Bread 60. Feel free to throw and assume a love heart in chat because you can now do that. And send it Pony Hunter's way. Pony Hunter, thank you so much for supporting the community. I appreciate you doing that. Very kind of you. And I hope you have a good time with the stream. Thank you again for some more gifted subs. Can barely believe it. Crazy. Y'all are crazy. So if we have that, and then we do it again here? No, there. That's going to have to go. Sorry. See you later. Yeah, like that. I mean, at least it looks a little bit more structural now, right? So there's 3 spots in between each one. So if we did have another, it would be right here. I think it would be good for continuity to just throw that in. And then if we go back a little bit, 1, 2, 3, right there would be the other one. So what do you reckon of that, peeps? Is that acceptable? It doesn't look particularly impressive, but it's kind of got a structure to it. So you'll be able to walk up here into this area. And that's a way for it to put at least one more mossy wall. Yeah, I think we'll put one right there. Get mossified. Just a word I made up right there. Cool, it'd be really nice if there was like some blending textures, like something just between stone and sandstone. How cool would that be to have? Could use it to mix this next bit up a little bit. We got Pucky Silver subscribing with Amazon Prime. Pucky, thank you ever so much for subscribing. Appreciate it. Hope you're entertained. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Having a good time. So we're going to put a lot of these over here now because this is like a walked area is the idea. And it's going to just lead off in this direction. Very cool. Oh yeah. Diablo 2 question. Do you have a favourite character or even a specific location? I love Hell. Hell is amazing. Oh, I have such a good time every time I go to Hell, you know. It's a little bit hot, a little bit on the warm side. Do get cooked, but, you know. Can't get enough of that torture, to be honest. That eternal torture. Eternal torture and pain. The Hell area, Chapter 4, sorry. That's fantastic. I kind of love all of it. Like, every time I think of each area, it's just so cool. So creepy. Maybe if I had a least favourite area, I'd say the desert gets a little bit tedious. Like, it does, because it's a desert, it does feel a bit barren in places. The 5th act was, to me, not quite as immersive, but it had its moments. The Mephisto boss fight, in fact, the whole 3rd act, when you're deep in the jungle, the Mephisto boss fight, those crazy temples towards the end, all of that is really, really spectacular. But I always judge it by the music, and I always love the first area the most, I think. Did I? Oh, I see what I've done. I see what I've done. I've been a derp, basically. People keep banning me from chats because I'm 12. Please don't ban me, says Trix Gamer. Don't tell people you're 12. You're not allowed to be on Twitch if you're 12. So now someone's going to ban you because you're not supposed to be here, and it is our job to not have people who are 12 in here. Also, I shouldn't tell you to not tell people because that's dishonest. Twitch is for 13 above. That is their policy, and we enforce it. You know, so sorry, but that's why it happens. But at least, hopefully, now you know. Right, I think we'll try not to fill in too much of this over here. Let's try and carve out a little bit of a shapely hill that kind of slopes down to the side here, perhaps. The whole internet is technically 13 and above, isn't it? At least to sign up for something, says Lucid. Yeah, that's actually true, I think. Yeah, I think you're quite right. I think a lot of the internet works on some of the American laws. Don't know if it's the same for all countries, but certainly a lot of it goes by that 13 and above. It's to protect children online. Yeah, you might be that age and think, you know, rubbish, but it's there for a real good reason. Okay. So I think if we cover all of that with sand, it should be pretty reasonable now. Maybe it's a little bit steep just over here. We could actually go the other way as well and chop some blocks off. Do a little bit of that and then come back here and do a bit more. A bit more there. That might get us to where we're going. When he says also EU rules. Yep, EU as well. We've got a noise in the ear from Vinrut08. Vinrut, thank you ever so much for subscribing. Appreciate it. Hope you are enjoying it. Hope you're entertained, because I've been enjoying it. It's been a good stream. It's always a good stream, right? That's why I like them so much. Always have a good time. And we should remember to throw in those other textures on occasion. Including the smooth stuff as well. And look at this. Inventory tidy up time. Now I'm full of blocks that I don't even need to build with. Very good, very good. And those went in there. X, what was one of your favourite projects you worked on in Hermitcraft 6? I'll tell you what was awesome, the statue of Hermit. That was a cool project, wasn't it? I liked that one. There's been many. People always ask me those kind of like, what's your favourite this and that? And I'm always just a bit like, well, I've done so much cool stuff, and so have the other Hermits. It's kind of hard to just think of something off the top of your head. If I do, it's usually just always Scala's builds, right? Do you have a new mic, says King Lazy? I do actually, but it shouldn't be too obvious because it's the same as the old mic, just a new one. I'll probably confuse some of y'all. Some of you are like, what? What's happening? Am I inside the Matrix? Don't overthink it, peeps. It's just a microphone. Right, well that needs to change, clearly. When did you start playing Minecraft, Asumus says Salt Romania? 2012, around March, I believe. Okay. Put one of those there. Okay, here's an opportunity for some of this stuff to go in. Why don't you want to show your face, says Penny Mark. Why do you want to show yours? Jeez, I don't know, I just don't really care. It's not that I don't want to, it's just I don't see why it's a big deal. It's just a face, man. Guess what? It looks like all these other faces. Right. What textures and GUI? Did I miss something? Is this a texture pack or a snapshot? Says Grubby Boy. It's a texture, a resource pack even. This song right here is from the first act of Diablo, and it is awesome. I love it. Let's put in some of those smooth ones. I always have a hard time like looking at the hotbar and just deciphering what's what, and then where do I want to put this, where do I want to put that. We really set a tone here, by the way. Oh, we're almost kind of like filling in this over here. Let's do that. Get a bit more of this. Oh, God! All these new hermits logging in. I can't play anymore. Jeez. Jesus, one too many hermits on the server. Oh, what will I do? Oh, I'm messing with you. Right, there we go. You can see it all the way up to the top now. So clearly we know that that little flat bit there is covering our shop. But if you're flying around, man, there's just some Pirate Island stuff going. Oh, goodness me, look at that view. Whoo! That's a thumbnail if ever I've seen one, you know. Alright, let's pack things away. Oops, is what I'll say to that. Put those in the wrong spot, didn't I? Jeez, what a derp. How's your day? Says, what's up, bro? It's fantastic. How's yours? Oh, this bit of the song is so good. So good. Love it. This is absolutely my jam, this music. Alright, let's pick those up, pick this up. We're doing some good over here. We're doing some good terraforming. Hey, where's my rockets? Not that I need them. Just gonna go and stand over here for a second. Ugh. Right, peeps. This is the end of my live stream. I hope you've been entertained. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And all of that good stuff. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. As always, I appreciate your support. Be sure to go and follow me over here on Twitch. And be sure, of course, to go follow my new channel on YouTube. It's called Asuma Says. And I'm going to send you over to XB Crafted, who's doing some Techtopia. Sending you over to a fellow hermit. Stick around for the raids. There'll be a raid button in chat on your screen in just a moment. Look at it. There it is right there. Hit the raid button, peeps. Hit it. Jeez, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.